Back in January, to mark the start of our 90th anniversary year, we launched our biggest charity campaign to date, Stand Up for Swimming, in which we pledged tens of thousands of our charity funds so that we could train many hundreds of new swimming teachers around the UK. Why did we do this? As a charity dedicated to the teaching of swimming and saving lives, we are and still are concerned about the crippling swimming teacher shortage in the UK and the impact it was having on children not being able to access swimming lessons. This was further confirmed through research which showed that many swim schools had lost 50% of their teaching staff during the pandemic, resulting in many thousands of children having to join long waiting lists for swimming lessons. Swim schools cited losing 50% of their swimming teaching staff during COVID-19. 83% of swim schools have a waiting list. 2/3 agreed this was impacting on the number of young learners they can teach. And demand for swimming teaching and swimming lessons post-lockdown was at a record high. We couldn't afford to wait around for government or other intervention, so we took a proactive stance to tackle the issue head-on, to help everyone, and to ensure we don't have a lost generation of young swimmers. We needed Stand Up for Swimming. From this, we identified that one of the main issues that we could focus our expertise and resources on was the cost of training. So, we removed this barrier through the provision of free training. But we couldn't do it alone, and we called upon our army of ATCs, tutors and assessors for help. We also needed classrooms and pools, as well as the learners themselves, which is where swim schools came in. We didn't want to put an advert in the newspaper saying free training. Instead, we wanted to attract learners who had a genuine passion for swimming teaching, learners who had been pre-screened by our swim schools, and learners who they might be interested in employing. So it began, with the first course taking place in Leeds, with learners already having to face the ITV news cameras as well. The media coverage continued, highlighting the need for swimming teachers in the UK.
Learning to swim is an important and potentially life-saving skill. But a national shortage of teachers means this swimming pool in Coventry has a long waiting list for lessons.
So at the moment all of our beginner classes and non-swimmer classes are full and they're fully booked and we've got quite a long waiting list of people trying to join the classes. We've got a backlog from having the lockdown. Children that would have progressed are still in the class because they've missed that year of swimming. We've had to reduce our class sizes as well, partly for spacing, partly for pool availability and teacher availability.
Keen to address this gap, the Swimming Teachers Association have set up a new national programme, giving people the opportunity to train as a swimming teacher for free.
The swim teacher lessons will now be offered to hundreds of students across the country. The aim is to bolster teacher numbers and hopefully help the industry stay afloat. Catherine Walker, ITV News.
Fast forward, what impact has Stand Up for Swimming had? By the end of December, we are on target to have delivered more than 80 free swimming teacher courses, welcomed more than 868 new swimming teachers to the industry, of which 80% have already found employment. More than half have been employed by the swim school that nominated them. 2/3 were new to the leisure industry. More than 3/4 said they'd always wanted to become a swimming teacher but couldn't afford the training. Stand Up for Swimming gave them this opportunity. And aside from the recruitment and organisation, which was a huge task, Stand Up for Swimming has helped employers save at least $303,800 on training costs alone this year. A massive thank you to everyone who has supported Stand Up for Swimming this year, including all our ATCs, our tutors, our assessors, the pool venues, nominators and the learners themselves. And a big thanks to our headline sponsor, ThinkSmart Software, and co-sponsors Confidence for their continued support.